Hey guys, it's Rollerskatesboy1 here, and I'm interviewing Down Driver about his UFO sighting.
Alright, so today I was over and we were talking about somehow the topic of UFOs came up, and I'm a believer in UFOs, and I think they're really interesting, and I actually shared experience that I had about 4 years ago, and it's kind of been it's one of those experiences that's kind of left me kind of scratching my head, and I wasn't the only person who saw it, but unfortunately I didn't own a smartphone at the time, so I never got a picture of it. But it's a pretty short story. I worked at a large company in Newark, New Jersey, and we were having an early morning conference, probably before lunch, so maybe like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, on the 18th floor of this building. That kind of overlooked the, I believe it looked towards the Jersey City skyline. You can see all of Newark's buildings, the rooftops of all the buildings, and in the very distance you could see Jersey City. And my attention was drawn to this one spot kind of on closer to the horizon, and it was this large rectangular object moving kind of slow above the rooftops of the buildings. And I'm a huge aircraft fanatic, and I know pretty much I know most of the major aircraft and historical aircraft, and this one did not look like any aircraft that I've ever seen in my life. It was going fairly slow and hovering. I didn't see any cables attached to it. I didn't see any helicopters, moving a chunk or a billboard or anything like that, like moving a large object. And there were three other people in the meeting with me, and I pointed their attention towards this. It was like a gunmetal gray or almost black rectangle, and I thought it was like a biplane at first or a triplane. I was like, there's no way, like there are so few of those that are flying, plus it was just too big to be anything like that. It was like the size of a small building, just like floating in the sky. And I'm shocked that I haven't seen anything else out there, any other pictures. There are some other YouTube videos of rectangular UFOs that I saw that kind of look like what I saw, but nobody else reported this. So if you're watching this, and if you've heard of this or seen this before, here's kind of a little drawing I made of the conference room that I was in. There's the oval table, and there's the kind of the skyline, and there's like the rectangular UFO that was just hovering and slowly moving. I don't know if it was silent. I was inside of a building, but it seemed to be moving pretty along a certain path, and it wasn't really changing directions a lot. But eventually the meeting got underway, and they kind of, they're like, well, we don't know what that is either, but all right. Anyway, we got to start the meeting, and the conversation changed to something else, and the day went along as it usually does, and nobody ever really talked about it again, but it's always kind of had me wondering. So if anybody else was in Newark in 2015, spring, summer 2015, and witnessed something like this, Jersey City, Hudson County, New York City, if you saw anything along these lines, leave it in the comments. And I hope you like this video from the paranormal video game player and toy collector. It's kind of an eclectic mix, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear if you guys have any shared experiences like this.